Morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's morning somewhere in the world, it's an evening somewhere in the world, and it's definitely afternoon somewhere in the world. This is your host, Deborah Dixon Kinzer, with Living with Lupus radio show. We're going to talk today about food, okay? What can the food do for me? How does why is my body feeling this way when I eat food? What are the good, what are the bad, and what is the ugly parts of food and the lupus body? Any body, really. Okay? So, somebody asked me a question about food. They said that I always hear about all the things that, cause lupus and this, that, and the other. Now I want to know, what are the foods that can help the lupus body? Okay, so I'm just going to tell you this right now. I wrote a book called Living with Lupus, My Personal Journey. In that book, it has an entire list of things that I've done. It also has recipes for some of the stuff that I like to, eat or consume, whatever you want to say about that, into my body. That has actually helped me a little bit, okay? So the first thing we're going to talk about is the good foods. Good foods, all your vegetables, all your fruit. You have I don't eat a lot of pork and I don't eat a lot of beef. I may eat beef once a month, but it takes an entire month for it to go through my body, okay? And when I do eat beef, it makes my stomach hurt. It causes me to have headaches. And every once in a blue moon, I end up regurgitating it back up because it's really not agreeing with my body. Okay? So, with that said, it's just an allergic reaction that my body is having because it's not agreeing with it, just as I said. All right? So, and it's not all beef, it's just some, I don't know, it's random, I can eat a steak and not have a problem. But if I eat like ground beef, I kind of feel like a little acid is rising up inside of me. And then if I eat the cube steak, not the cube steaks, the little chunks that you put in your stewed beef, there you go. That doesn't agree with me so much. It doesn't. Not that it has a lot of fat in it or anything like that, because I know for a fact the fat part gets to me really bad. But anyways, moving on. Pork, I'm not a big fan of pork, but I do eat every once in a while. Now, if we cut off, I will come back on with the second part to this. So, long story short, and I'm going to try to make this the best way as possible. The foods that you put in your body may or may not be good for you. You have to decide what is good for you. But I do want to say this. If you eat your fruits and your vegetables, just like you are supposed to, because when we grew up, we learned about the food pyramid and how many vegetables and how many fruits and how many proteins and how many starches we're supposed to have in our diet. If you go by what the original food nutritional guide was, the pyramid, then you will not have a problem because it was exactly right and according to what you needed in your body to sustain it, maintain it, and retain it for an entire life. Where did we mess up at? When the processed foods became into play, when they started packaging our foods up and saying, hey, this is great for you. You don't have to cook, do a lot of cooking. All you got to do is put this in there, do this, and you're done with a complete meal. Nowadays, everybody thinks that it takes a long time to cook a meal. It really doesn't. You can put your poultry, if you want to have a, baked or something, type of chicken, they have these rotisserie thing, not rotisseries, but the crock pots that you can cook your dinners in. Even the beef, the pork, all that stuff. You can put all that stuff in the crock pot. You can put all your ingredients in there, fresh ingredients in there, and cook it all while you're at work. Let it slow cook because you're going to be at work for 8 hours, right? So let that slow cook and you'll be good. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Also, you can, there's a lot of things that you can do. Fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, cooking your food from scratch and everything. That is the healthy way to do things, because then you are the one that can balance out your oils, which is saturated fats. How much butter or salt, all those things that you put in there. Now, it also helps you to regulate your sugar levels in your body. Eating too much starchy foods, anything with starch in it, so that's your breads and your grains and stuff like that. That's why they said you only have 1 grain. Now they're saying 2 grains, but I only have 1 grain with my dinner. I don't eat 2. I don't eat bread and then turn around and eat a quesadilla. Are you kidding me? Really? That's way too much saturated fat, way too much starch and everything. And I'm trying to kill myself at that point. Also, processed foods are not as healthy as they claim. So I found out that the cheese that they make now, the ones that come in the wrappers, and not all of them, but there's some that says on there it's processed cheese. Oh my gosh. Do you know that stuff doesn't even cook like cheese like it used to? 20 years ago, cheese was cheese was cheese was cheese. Even if it was processed cheese, it was cheese. Nowadays, I don't know what they're putting in it, because it doesn't feel like cheese. It doesn't taste like it. Okay? Be cognitive. Just watch out for what you're putting in your body. The foods that you put into your body can also, please, this is what I need you to do, is to listen to your body. Your body is your temple. God gave it to us for a reason. Okay? And when he gave it to us, he promised us that, we would always have fresh fruits and vegetables, even if we don't grow them ourselves. Farmers provide them for the grocery stores. A lot of food is being wasted in this country, in the United States of America. A lot of food is being wasted because people are saying, I don't like fruit. I don't like fruit. I don't like vegetables. I don't like this. I don't like that. But yet and still, they're complaining because they're overweight. That's number one. Number two, a lot more people are having gallbladder surgery. A lot of people are, having kidney stones and all these things. Their liver's not working correctly. In order to have a bowel movement, you must have a fresh, clean pancreas, liver, and gallbladder. Those are all of your filter systems. Okay? Your kidney and your gallbladder are definitely part of the filter system in order for you to have a bowel movement. If it's not clean and it's got all this grungy stuff in it, that means all the fatty stuff that you eat, all the stuff that's processed and everything that has a lot of saturated fats in there, dehydrated fats, all of those things, those are what clog up your body. That's what causes your stomach to hurt when you have to use the bathroom and you can't. Did you know that if you held in gases that it could kill you? Did you know that if you didn't have a bowel movement, it could kill you? Did you know if you didn't have urinate properly that it could kill you. I don't want to see that for nobody. Okay? So with your juices and everything, you have apple juice, you have mango juice, even tea. I drink half and half tea, so that means because people like to make their tea so sweet. Ugh. That sweetness is another thing that can mess up your liver, your gallbladder, and your pancreas. Your pancreas has a lot more to do with the urinary and everything. Just watch what you put in your body. Your body screams at you at times and says, no, don't feed me that. It hurts. Yes, it does. That's where you feel the pain. That's the pain. So whether the pain be in your stomach, in your hands, or anywhere else, you have to think about that. Let's talk about the heart palpitations. Heart palpitations come on because you're clogged. That's all I can say. It's clogged. Oh, no. My body's not clogged. Yes, it is. Cholesterol. That's your cholesterol level. When your cholesterol level's up, it's because it's forming in your arteries and going around and trying to close up the blood flow, cognitive of what you put in your body. If you don't exercise properly, I don't do a lot of exercise. I do a lot of running up and down my steps. I do a lot of house cleaning. I do a lot of, different things. I don't actually go to the gym because my gym is my house. Your gym is your house. If you can go to the gym and get on the treadmill, then you can run up and down your steps, or you can run all over your house cleaning it. If you can go to the gym and lift some weights, you can clean your house and do the same thing and get the same effect. Women, men, washing clothes, that's a form of exercise, believe it or not. Sweeping the floor, form of exercising. Picking up something off the floor, that's your bending. Get that. Okay? I do this all the time. I want you all to know that before I had to have some tumors removed from my body, I was weighing 398 pounds. I'm 172 pounds less now because, number one, I got the tumors out, which were definitely killing me because they got so big in my stomach that they was cutting off my breathing. Okay? If you're experiencing that, then cut back on your sugars for real. Cut all your starches out. Go to the doctor. Tell them to find out what's wrong with you. Okay? Because we do not want any casualties. I'm trying to help you. Living with Lupus radio show is about teaching you how to maintain, retain, and sustain your life with lupus. It's not about, preaching to someone. I'm not going to preach to the choir about anything. If you don't want to listen, that's your business. I did write a book, though, and I wrote the book based on what happened with me and how I was able to maintain, sustain, and retain my life while living with lupus. If there was anything that you liked on this show, please give me a shout out. If you didn't like it, give me a shout out, okay? Tell me what you didn't like. If there's something that you want to hear, tell me. I can always help you out there, okay? It took longer for me to decide what to do than what not to do. Anyways, find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Living with Lupus. Just find it. Find my name, Deborah Dixon Kinzer. Thank you so much. You guys have a great weekend, the rest of the weekend. And I will see you on the flip side. Have a great day. Remember, maintain, sustain, and retain your life while living with lupus. Have a great day.